If it's 21 degrees where you are right now, which I'm pretty sure it probably is, and you're looking for the perfect winter soup to help warm you up, I have it for you right here. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to recreate the Olive Garden's Zuppa Toscana, otherwise known as the Tuscan soup. Welcome to Restaurant Recipe Recreations, everybody, a channel that helps you serve up your favorite restaurant recipes in your very own kitchen. And today's episode also happens to be a viewer request from my viewer, Wendy. So Wendy, thank you for your request. Also, thank you for the perfect timing of your recommendation. At the time of this recording, it's January 2022, and most of the United States is socked in with just frigid temperatures. I live in Southwest Florida, and even here, it's like 45 degrees, which for Southwest Floridians feels like 21 degrees. I mean, it's like ridiculous. People are out walking their dogs in like woolen hats and mittens and scarves. I saw one lady going out for a walk, and she was using ski poles. I shit you not. So, needless to say, most of you in the rest of the country, at least when it comes to weather, are a lot tougher than Floridians. That's my dog getting all whipped up. What in the world? Come over here. You want to say hi to everybody? So enough of all of that. Let's get into the Zuppa Toscana from the Olive Garden restaurants. And Wendy, thank you very much for your request. So what you're going to need for this recipe are 4 pieces of extra thick bacon. You're going to need a pound of spicy Italian sausage. Mine obviously happen to be in casings because I like the butcher that I get my sausage from. But if you wanted to just buy a pound of the ground Italian sausage, go ahead and do that too, because ultimately I'm going to be taking the sausage out of the casings anyways. You're going to need 4 russet potatoes or Idaho potatoes, same thing. You're going to need a white onion. You're going to need garlic. You're going to need kale, fresh kale. You're also going to need chicken stock, crushed red pepper flake, white wine vinegar, and heavy whipping cream. And aside from a little salt and cracked black pepper, that's it. It's a pretty easy dish and relatively quick to make as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the Olive Garden restaurant's Toscana soup. Or, you know, if you're like the average American, you just call it the Tuscan soup. Start by cutting the 4 slices of extra thick bacon into 1/2-inch pieces. And set that aside. Moving on to the sausage. If your sausage is in its casings, as obviously mine is, go ahead and remove the sausage from its casing, breaking up the sausage pieces into, I would say, about a 1/2-inch size. If you have purchased the ground Italian sausage not in its casings, just make sure to crumble up the sausage meat just like this, about a 1/2-inch piece. Keep in mind, of course, that this is a soup, obviously, and so you're not eating it with a fork and a knife. You want to make sure that you're not having to scoop out big, huge chunks of sausage. All right, and continue with the rest of your sausage. Here you've got 4 clean raw russet potatoes. Peel your potatoes and then cut the potato into approximate 1/2-inch cube. And now you have your 1 white onion, and you're just going to dice your onion in a regular sized dice. And now you're going to mince 4 cloves of garlic. We have 4 cups of this beautiful raw kale. As far as the kale is concerned, you're probably already purchasing the kale that has been pre-washed, trimmed, and bagged. And that's perfect, actually. So if you are, just go ahead and pick through the 4 cups of kale and remove any of the big, thick, tough stems and discard those. Now, if you are OG and you have purchased a large bunch of kale, then obviously just make sure to wash it very well. And then you're going to cut the kale down into bite-sized pieces, about like that. All right, that should be about it for all of our prep work. So let's get into making this incredible Tuscan soup from the Olive Garden. In a very large skillet or stock pot, go ahead and turn your heat on to high. Add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Coat the bottom of the pan with your olive oil. And now add to the very hot pan your 4 slices of bacon. Once the bacon becomes crispy, using a slotted spoon, remove it from the oil and the bacon drippings and transfer it to your paper plate to drain. Next, to the bacon drippings and the olive oil, add your 1 pound of crumbled hot Italian sausage. Distribute the sausage evenly around the bottom of your stock pot or your large saute pan so that it cooks evenly, and you want the sausage to brown. Once the sausage has browned and is completely cooked through, again using your slotted spoon, remove the sausage and set off to drain. Drain off half of the oil from this pan, and we're going to discard the oil. You don't want your soup to be greasy. Once you've drained off half of the oil, add your onion and your garlic. Cook the onions and the garlic until they're slightly translucent and you get that nice aroma coming from them. You know, like the smell of your house at Thanksgiving. Then you're going to add your 4 russet potatoes. Allow this mixture to cook in the pan about 5 minutes to slightly soften the potatoes. Next, add 2 pinches of kosher salt. Don't go crazy on the salt because, of course, you know the bacon and sausage are already pretty salty. So just go light on the salt. You can always add more at the end if you feel like you need to. Add about 5 or 6 cranks of cracked black pepper. And now add your crushed red pepper. How much you add really depends on your threshold for spicy. If you don't like spicy and your threshold is very low, then don't add any of the red pepper at all. In fact, on that note, if you wanted to use the mild sausage instead of spicy, please, by all means, do that. This is so that you enjoy it. Now, if you're like me and your threshold for spicy is like through the roof, then I'm going to add a lot of red pepper because I really, really, really like spicy. So again, just add the red pepper in the quantities that match your threshold for spice and your love or lack of love for spice. And then you're going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. Once your soup has been simmering for about 10 or 12 minutes, take out one of your potatoes and just give it a taste test. If it's nice and soft, then we're ready to add the other ingredients back in. Move your heat all the way down to a low setting and add back in your sausage. Add back in your bacon. Add 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And now your 4 cups of chopped kale. Cover and cook this down another 3 minutes or so until all of your kale is nice and tender. I like to taste it at the very end and see if I think it needs any salt or anything else. Oh man, no, it doesn't need anything else. So this is what it looks like when it's all finished. If you have a request of a restaurant or a recipe that you would like me to feature, go ahead and drop it in the comments section below. But make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that when your episode comes up, you'll be notified just like Wendy, and I'll give you a shout out on the video as well. All right, my friends. I hope that for everybody that's being tortured by the tundra 20-degree weather, this makes it a little bit more tolerable for you. It's kind of nice to stay in for the weekend, watch a little football, put the fire in a fireplace, make yourself this Tuscan soup. You know what I always say, until I see you all again, everybody, make it an awesome day. Cheers, I love y'all. And for more recipes from the Olive Garden, check out right here.